Good morning, students. Welcome back to the science class. So, children, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is Lesson 5, Rocks and Minerals. What are learning objectives? It is identification of the types of rocks and the description of the formation of these rocks. So, children, when you look at the soil, you find stones of different shape, color, size, and texture present in the soil. So, where do these stones come from? They are obtained from rocks. These rocks are found everywhere on the earth. So, what are these rocks? These rocks are the solid substances that are made up of minerals or mineral-like substances found on or in the earth, which may be in the form of solid. So, children, do you know what is a rock cycle? Rock cycle is the sequential step, or you can say the cycle, which tells us about the formation of the rocks. So, the first step is the sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks form when mud and sand are deposited in layers on the earth's surface. When the sediments of the ocean they get compressed and in turn form the solid rocks. Children, how do these rocks are formed? These rocks form due to the weathering, which means the breaking down of rocks into smaller pieces, which happens due to the action of wind, water, etc. This also occurs when the rocks they roll down and hit each other. These smaller pieces of rocks, along with the particles of mud, clay, are called as the sediments. And when these sediments are transported from one place to another by the action of forces of nature, that is wind, water, where they get deposited. And as this process occurs repeatedly, some of the common examples of sedimentary rocks are conglomerate, sandstone, siltstone, or we can call it as the limestone, shale, etc. Now let's learn the importance of these rocks in our life. Conglomerate. Conglomerate is composed of round pebbles and pieces of rocks cemented together. It is used for making building materials. Sandstone. Sandstone is very common sedimentary rock. It is mainly composed of sand particles and is used in making buildings, pavements, etc. Limestone or the siltstone is the sedimentary rock formed from the shells of the marine animals. It is used in construction and for making glass and cement. It is also used as a raw material for manufacturing many materials which are used in industries. Another example of sedimentary rock is shale. So, do you know what happens when heat and pressure is there on sedimentary rocks? So, due to the heat and pressure from the nature on these sedimentary rocks change in. So, the second type of rock that is formed as shown in the rock cycle is the metamorphic Children, what are metamorphic rocks and how are they formed? These metamorphic rocks are formed when the sedimentary or the igneous rocks they change their form or shape due to some of the examples of metamorphic rocks are gneiss, marble, quartzite, slate, etc. Now, what is gneiss? Gneiss is formed from granite. It has light and dark colored bands, which sometimes give it the striped appearance. It is commonly used as a building stone. The second type of metamorphic rock is the marble. Marble is formed when the limestone, under conditions of high temperature and pressure, changes into marble. It is mainly used for making statues, floorings, and decorative items. The next type of rock is quartzite. Quartzite is an extremely very hard metamorphic rock which is formed from sandstone, and it is used in the construction industry and in making roads. The next type of rock is, children, as you can see in the picture, the metamorphic rocks are melting, and when these metamorphic rocks they melt, they form magma. So what is magma? Magma is the hot molten material. So this magma is the basic material that forms the third type of rock, that is. So what happens when the magma cools down? When the magma cools, it solidifies to form the igneous rock, and this may happen inside the earth's crust or when it flows out to the surface. So children, these igneous rocks are one of the main type of rock. And the word igneous, it comes from the Latin word called ignis, which means the fire. And that is why igneous rocks is formed when the magma. Now when this magma, which is inside the earth's crust, it cools and solidifies, it forms the intrusive igneous rocks. And as you can see in the picture, the magma when it reaches to the earth's crust, it is called as the lava. And this lava, when cools down and solidifies, it. Some of the examples of igneous rocks are basalt, granite, obsidian, pumice. Now granite. Granite is an igneous rock which is the example of intrusive igneous rock, which is formed by the cooling of magma inside the earth's crust. It is very hard and is used in making buildings, statues, kitchen slabs, and even the flooring of the houses. The next rock is the basalt. Basalt is hard igneous rock formed by the cooling of lava on the surface of the earth. It is usually dark in color and is mainly used for construction purposes. Another type of rock is obsidian. Obsidian is igneous rock formed by the cooling of lava. It is usually black in color and has sharp edges. It is used for making tools for cutting. The next type of example of igneous rock is pumice. Pumice is soft and light colored rock which is formed when hot lava containing a lot of gases they undergo So children, do you know what happens when these igneous rocks they undergo the weathering process or the erosion? Now when these extrusive igneous rocks undergo the weathering and they get eroded, that also causes the formation of sediments. And when these sediments they form, now as in this picture in the rock cycle, you can see that step 4 is the formation of igneous rocks, and the igneous rocks they get converted into sediments, and the sediments later on get converted into sedimentary rock. So this is the complete rock cycle. Now comes, what do you mean by sediment? Sediments are actually the naturally occurring materials that is broken down by the process of weathering and erosion, and they get transported from one place to another by the forces of nature. So children, you can clearly see in the picture that these sediments, because of the forces of the nature, the pressure, they get converted and compressed to form the rock pieces. So children, before we end today's class, let's recapitulate what all we have learned today. We have learned about the rock cycle. The first step or the first stage of the rock cycle is the formation of the sedimentary rocks. Now these sedimentary rocks, because of the pressure and heat, get converted into the metamorphic rocks. And these metamorphic rocks, when they melt, they change into magma. And when this magma solidifies, cools, it changes into the igneous rock. And these igneous rocks, when they get carried away, because after getting broken down into smaller pieces, they form the sediments. And these sediments again change into sedimentary rocks.